All right, ladies and gents, I've been looking forward to this stream for a couple of weeks now, actually. I've been teasing it out. I've been telling people about what's going on here. Of course, I introduced the idea to a lot of you out there saying, "Hey, guess what? I'm leaving. I'm leaving Canada." And it hasn't happened yet. It's been a process. And boy, has it been a grueling process. And tonight we're going to be talking about that and how to make it less of a grueling process, because I didn't know what I was doing at first. And because of that, it turned into a big ordeal. And so we're going to be talking about how to make this much less of an ordeal for every one of you that wants to follow in the same situation, follow in the same path, because we all know where Canada's going and we all have different motivations. Some of us want to stay and fight and keep up that good fight. Good for you. That's great. I hope the best. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at a situation for a lot of people that feel trapped. There are some people that really, really want to move on and do something either better for their families, better for themselves, and move on into a better situation for their lives. And they think that there's not a possibility for them. Well, tonight I want to tell you that no, that's not the case. There are possibilities. You got to stop listening to the crabs in the bucket. Of course, I've talked about this. The crabs in the bucket is the analogy that, crab fishermen, they keep their buckets open when on the wharf because they don't have to put a lid on it, because the other crabs, as one's coming out of the bucket, the other crabs will come in and reach down and pull those crabs right back in. Well, we're not going to take that. We're going to move forward and we're going to move on with our lives, and we're going to do it in an expedient way. So welcome to the show, everybody. If you're watching this after the fact, this was a live show, and you can tune into the live shows. I normally do them every Wednesday and Friday. Wednesday at 6:30 Pacific time and Friday at 5:30. But this is a Thursday. This is a special broadcast. I'm glad so many of you made it out for this, and we're gonna get right into it. So I want to talk to you guys specifically about a company that I just learned of only a few weeks ago, and this is what made me so excited, was that there actually are people out there that have gone through this and are looking to help out other people, specifically Canadians and specifically ones that want to move to the United States of America and do it in a seamless way that is not going to break the bank, and it's not going to kill them with all the time off work and talking to lawyers and not knowing what paperwork to fill out and all of that stuff. So I want to introduce the company. Here is Cross Border Consultings. It's called The Bridge. This is the company that I've been teasing out, and I've been sharing with some people that have been reaching out to me and saying, Clyde, what is this, and what do they do? Why is this such an important thing? Well, it's an important thing because, man, when you go through this process, as I've learned, it is crazy difficult to even know where to start, who to talk to. You get put on phone calls that got you on hold for hours and hours on end, or you just end up with a looping automated message system, and it's frustrating as all hell. So tonight I want to introduce Sandro Presta and Anthony Pagluzio. I'm butchering that. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much. Anthony, how do you pronounce your last name?
Pagliuso.
I would never get that, right? Okay, so well, it's written on the website if you forget. And Sandro, thank you both for coming out, because this is exciting for me because
Yes.
I've gone through this. We were talking just before going live, just how difficult it has been for me, and I didn't pay the extra payola to get it expedited, so I was at the bottom of the list. And man, I've been waiting all this time. They said it was going to be 8 months, and then it turned into 14, and now it's been 12, and I'm still waiting 4 more months. It's crazy. It's a process. Now, I'm an American citizen. That makes life easy for me, but not for my wife, who's not American. She's not even Canadian. She's Japanese, and we're coming from Canada. But you guys, both of you, one is going through the process, the other went through the process, and the goal here is make a great life in America and make it easier for a lot of Canadians. Now, I want to start off with this. And I'm going to throw this at you, Sandro. The idea is Canadians say, I can't do it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not an engineer. So I'm not eligible. I'm just a guy. How is it that I can do it? And I don't have $1 million to throw out a golden visa or tons and tons of money to invest in a company. How is it possible? Is that like a no-go, or what is it?
No, everybody thinks that's the case, but that's not the case. So there are so many different ways to get into the States. There are different avenues that are going to be tailored to certain people and certain individuals' lives. Basically, certain people will be able to fit in an E2 visa or an L1 visa. The EB5 was pretty affordable for people with a technical background. So they have degrees, they're going to be able to get in with $1,000. They get right in that way. Now it's bumped up to $100,000. So that pretty much wipes the floor off of people that are say they're technical, but what the problem was bringing in a lot of riffraffs, and they could pay $1,000, get into the States, and just go from there and pretty much milk the system. But what we've pretty much secured so far, and we've tailored properly, are these major visas that are pretty much easier to get into the States with. E2, L1, major visas that people are getting on right now. E2, it is a way to get in, but you do have to have capital. And most people that are serious getting into the States, to be honest with you, they have capital. They've either sold their house or they have a business background back there that they're selling or whatnot, and they want to move it to the States. They want to be able to have a better opportunity down here. But that's pretty much one of the cases. Then you have the L1. That is a different avenue. If you have a business already in Canada, which is like over 3 years with taxes that you've paid, good work history, and they see the financials properly. I mean, you don't have to have like a multi-million-dollar business. You just have to have a business. And that basically is going to open up a business in the States, like a sister company, and you are the CEO. You are you're the person that's going to be managing that company down here. So that is eligible for L1. Now, under the L1, which is great, is that you have your spouse, your children that are going to go under L2. Now, the best part about this visa is that they're able to literally get work. If your kids are old enough, they're going to get work. They can go to school. They can get their socials. They can get their licenses. And the best part is there is road to green card. So after 6 months, you do renewal, you get extended, and then from there, you start going in the process of getting green card status. Once that's initial, basically you have a time frame that once that process is started, you cannot leave the United States. Because if you do, it will reset the entire program for the green card process, and then that's it. You're going to start over again. It's just you don't want to mess. You don't want that kind of mess. So it is possible to get you down here. We just have to figure out ways of how to tailor it to yourselves, pretty much.
So Anthony, you're going through the process right now. You're in the process of it, and you're still in Canada, right?
Yes, I am. I'm actually going through the process. I'm going through on an L1A. So I do have a Canadian situated business. So I'm actually a mortgage broker in Canada right now, in Ontario specifically. And what I'm doing is I'm going to go through the L1A in order to get me over there. This way I can transfer and open my business there, and then slowly transition the employment status in the States. This way I'll hire Americans under my business, and that would just benefit me in the long run, because at the end of the day, America wants Americans first. That's the bottom line, right? So whatever you do in order to help the States, it's a bonus for you. It's going to work in your favor, and it'll only do you good. So the investment really isn't as much as if you were to go on an E2 where you're spending, 60, 80, 100,000, 200, or if you intend in buying a business that's already opened and you want to buy a business to just go down there and kind of ride the easy road and take over that business, and all of a sudden you're spending 3, 4, 500,000, millions of dollars, depending on your own financial status, right? So it all depends on where you are and how you're financially set, or if you have a business that you're able to transition with the amount of time that you've had in Canada.
Right. So we're going to talk about the mortgage brokering thing soon enough, because that's also where you're going to be helping a lot of people out, and this is fantastic, and this is what's got me really excited. But first off, how are you helping people? Like right out of the gates, what is it that your service offers, and why is this something people would want to turn to?
So, I'll take this one. Basically, me and Anthony have created this business because of the experiences that I went through personally. It took years to get down here, and the amount of struggles it took me to find the right lawyer, the right realtor, trying to get a mortgage down here. It is the one thing I learned: time. Once you lose time, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose your sanity. It's a lot of pressure. And it took us about 4 years to get down here, after all the pitfalls, after all the failures and loss of time and money, and the wrong lawyers and the wrong realtors and the wrong everybody. That's where we come in. And now we basically created this so that everything I went through, no one's going to go through, because it was hell on earth. I'll be honest with you. It was very tough. And we settled. Now, after the amount of time that we've been here, we've settled finally, properly. And we want to help people not go through what I went through. And Anthony's in a good position now, because he's had me to help him too, like get him through these certain processes, right? So we helped each other out. We built a business together, and he's one aspect and I'm the other aspect. We joined together, and we just perfect harmony. So we want to make sure that it's stress-free. We want to make sure that it's able to be easier for you to get in the States without worrying, what this, oh my God, do I have this bad guy that's going to screw me, take my money, just go away, this lawyer? No. Everybody that we have on our team has been vetted. Everybody that's on our team is here for a reason. We all eat at the same table. We're not greedy. Has nothing to do with greed. We made sure that these people are on the same page as us to help people and get them through properly. Whether you're able to get through with a visa, or if you're not able to get down here with a visa and you want to invest here, that's where Anthony comes in. And he can definitely get you help down here. Because when I was trying to find a mortgage down here, doesn't matter if your credit score's 1,000, you're never going to get a mortgage down in the States unless you have the right connection, because no Canadian can just get a mortgage off the banks here without credit or work history. And he came in with a clinch, got a mortgage, got a letter right away of what's it called? Yeah, exactly. Within 24 hours, I was struggling. Yeah, I was struggling. I went from bank to bank to bank to bank, and my realtor was a great guy, tried also, and it was just impossible. Like every denial. And then all of a sudden I got that, and I was approved for $450,000 contemporary mortgage. And bingo, 24 hours later.
So that's it. Like you guys have stepped in, and you're not just helping out with the immigration side of things.
No.
You're a network. You're a network of basically all the things that you would need across the board. And these are the things that people just don't think about. And absolutely, understandably why, because you're just like, I need to get out of here, and I need to make a new life somewhere else and move on in that way. Is that a noise from your side? Okay, it just went away.
Can I add something? Can I add something to this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so people don't think how much of a process it is to actually get down here. They don't understand how many things are involved. Now imagine you come down here, you got your visa, right? Now what? You're trying to open up a bank account. It's hard to open up a bank account, just so you know, because you need to show proof of residency. And if you don't have residency, that's going to be very tough. Then you have to get your social to get proof of residency. It's just unbelievable. And then the booking process of getting your appointments for social and your license, it's unreal. It took me months to get an appointment. And I had to make sure it was in the location. Let's just say this. I live in Dallas, Texas. To get my social security, close time, I had to go all the way to Oklahoma to go get it. Yeah. Okay. So that was a drive. And it's just people don't understand. We're basically taking all these things that you never even think of out of the picture for you. That's what we're doing here. That's the whole point of this.
Yeah, that's incredible. And that's the big thing is a lot of the things that you don't think are going to come up, and then it's such a roadblock that you can't even get a job if you don't have a like you can't get paid if you don't have a bank account.
No, you can't.
You can't get any of this stuff. You can't get obviously depending on the visa, your social insurance or your social security number would be different depending on your visa, your situation, and that.
Yeah.
But then obviously then it's right from there you're working on green card, and then it's like, well, next step is citizenship and all of that to secure it and get it all into place. You guys will help out with every step along the way. This is what's amazing. Now, getting onto the housing situation, like a lot of Canadians are looking to the United States for one reason, even in particular. They know that they'll never own a home in Canada. And they're looking at it going, well, you know what? If I can't ever own a home here, why would I ever settle down here? So maybe I should just pack up, do the inevitable, do all the hard work now, get that done so I can own a place in the United States. And this is where you come in, Anthony. So how does that work? How are you able to do this? And not only that, move people's finances over there, because it's a more difficult process than people will let on or even just assume in the beginning, right?
Correct. So for instance, when we are transferring funds, which we do from as minimal as possible to as much as you can possibly transition, we have the capability and the company to do it for us. They're actually a Canadian-based company. They've been in business for 42 years, located down on Bay Street in Toronto. And they actually deal with a lot of the professional athletes, a lot of the the oil guys from Qatar. Like they've done their fair share of moving big money and transitioning, an abundance of money for different levels of people, right? From the average Joe to the multi-billionaire. Now, when it comes to the financing and the mortgages, I've been very fortunate enough to build a good clientele-based mortgage company here in Toronto. And with that being said, networking, talking to people, just how we met you, and and I've known Sandro for 25 years, but he brought stuff to the table that I didn't know, and vice versa, right? So that's how we coincided. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, the financing in the States is very simple. You have 30% down, I can guarantee you a mortgage. Simple, easy, right?
Yeah, and 30% down on a house in America is not the same as 30% down in Canada.
Right. Bingo.
That's a massive difference right there.
So for instance, even if you bought, listen, I'm going South Florida, which I've discussed with you before, and Fort Lauderdale, Pompano, Boca, Hollywood. There are places where you can actually find for like $250,000, $300,000.
Shut up, down there? Really?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think those places, I think money.
So it's a little bit on the outskirts. I'm not going to say it's in the prime areas and whatnot, but at the end of the day, you get to settle down, right? Unlike in Canada, where the average mortgage is $800,000, $1 million, and especially with the economy being the way it is right now, nobody can afford anything.
That's right.
No.
And with the amount of people I talk to every single week in my industry in Canada, in Toronto, I'm telling, and I'm not even over exaggerating here, I'm probably telling about anywhere from 10 to 15 people a week, they cannot afford their house. Sell it or you're going to lose it.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at the condo markets falling right out. The floors falling right out from underneath them. That's only inevitable that it's going to go to other parts of that economy. We're going to see a lot of the housing that went from,
especially when they have to the 5 year. Once they have to renewal next year, that's going to wipe out a lot of people. That's going to be a very bad situation next year there.
That's the scary part.
Yeah.
But it's not only that, Sandro. It's like Clyde said, listen, the condo market, for instance, I have 2 clients right now that bought condos 2 years ago for 800 grand. We're closing on it right now. So we have to do an appraisal, get out of the pre-approval situation and get them into the approval, right? So when you have to do the approval on the closing, you need an appraisal.
That's right.
Those $800,000 condos are no longer worth 800 grand.
No, especially with inventories that are like crazy, like 1990s levels.
Right. Those condos were appraised. One came back at 475 value, and the other one came back at 525.
Brutal.
So now think about this. You put down your 20% of 800,000.
Jesus.
So you were basing it on the purchase price of 800,000, right? So now you put down 160,000, which brings you to 640, right? The condo is worth 525. You have to put down 20% of 525. So you got to cover the threshold between 640 and 525, which is 115,000. So now you're in for 115 and 160. That's 275. Now you also got to put down the 20% of the 525, which is another 105,000. So where are people going to come up with $380,000? Realistically, you're putting down 48% of the purchase priced condo, and it's not even valued at that.
That's brutal. That's brutal. I'm gonna have to get you to come back and we'll talk about real estate markets in Canada. But tonight we're talking about getting away from that.
Absolutely.
Because the real estate market in the United States is actually absolutely amazing. Comparative. So you'll hear from a lot of Americans saying like, wow, housing's a little spendy, but compared to Canada, it's super affordable. I mean, I'm looking just outside the Austin area, and $400,000 for a 4-bedroom house is not outside of the normal, to see, with a big yard and the whole thing. I live in Squamish, BC. I can't get a townhouse for under $1 million, which is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I'm looking at the odds here going, yeah, I'll take that. I know there's a currency exchange and people will nail me in the comments for that, but it's still not even comparable. No, it's not even comparable. For a comparable house in Squamish, you're looking at $2 million. Like, it's just not even tenable.
Do you want me to add? Okay, so like people that are trying to say the whole conversion thing, let me explain something to you. I bought this house, which is 5-bedroom, 3 bathrooms, 3,100 square feet, half an acreage lot, big house. What would you think this house would be, right? Up there, you would think it's in the millions, right? I got this house for $385.
Near Dallas, too. That's amazing.
Yeah, $385, which is unheard of up there, right? So it's like, it is doable. And when you have 30% on a mortgage of $385 is absolutely nothing. So when you convert $385, it's actually about $520 Canadian. What could you buy for $520 Canadian?
Nothing. There's nothing in this town that's available. And I'm not even in Vancouver. I'm outside of Vancouver by 45 minutes. And yeah, no, not a single thing is available for that price here.
Maybe at Home Depot, you can get a shack over there.
Yeah,
and you can finance it too.
Yeah, right. So that's the thing. So again, I want to get back to this thing. And before we move on, I really want to just plug the website one more time, because I want to make sure everybody's getting over there and signing up, or at least hitting the book your meeting. Get on it now, because there is going to be a lot of people that are going to be calling you guys in the next little while, because I'm talking about it tonight. I'm going to be talking about it more as the weeks go on and the months go by, as I go through this whole process of getting myself down there. So get yourself a booking, because you don't want to be on the waiting list. But yeah, the website is The Bridge, cross-border consulting and relocation, and is a big emphasis on the and relocation. You guys aren't just a service for, I'll tell you which lawyers to call and stuff like that. You guys set it up so you're part of a community now. If you tell me about how that works, when someone signs up with you, what's the process?
So, Sandra, I'll take this one.
Okay.
So, for instance, what we do is we get on a Zoom call similar to this, and we have a discussion with the client just to see first off, where their head's at, why they're deciding to move there, or is it just a whim, right? Because a lot of people, are interested, but they don't want to take the next step because they're worried about what comes next. And then what comes next after that, and after that, and after that, and after that, right? So there are steps to get through it, which is why we're here. So for instance, we get on a Zoom call, we introduce ourselves. Me and Sandra are on both calls. So at least you put a face to the name, and it's not like you're dialing a 1-800 number and just, somebody's trying to, hey, okay, no problem, we'll set you up. But no. We're very hands-on. We want to help people, right? So what we do is we vet them. Okay, listen, what is it that you do in Canada, right? Do you own a house? Do you have children, right? We have to go as far as asking if they have a criminal background due to the fact that you're crossing a border.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So we take the precautions and we take the steps in order to vet the clients and see where they're at. And from there, we decide, okay, listen, maybe this isn't for you just due to this, this, and this, but these are the options if you want to be a snowbird, or if you want to invest in the States so your family can go there, or maybe it's not right for you right now, but maybe because the States are in a down market, you can invest now and take the steps later on, but set yourself up correctly from now, right? So for instance, once we do the vetting, once everything's get greenlit, we set you up with the lawyer. Once the lawyer does their due diligence, we already know where you're going. So for instance, whether it's Florida or Utah or Texas, right?
Yeah, don't tell me California. Like, why would you leave Canada and go there?
Nope. I don't do it.
There is the odd ones. There are the odd ones, but I mean,
everybody wants to be an actor or an actress, right? You want to go to Hollywood and do all the fun stuff. But
all right, Portland, just don't why?
Listen, if it's really nice, we can help them, right?
But I like this. So you're like right out of the gates. It's don't call us because you need a counselor. Call your mom. If you want to move to the United States and you're serious about this, call you guys. Yeah, this is the next step. This is I'm for sure. I want to do this, and I'm serious about it. Let's go.
But even so, it goes as far as, listen, you have an idea of wanting to go, and maybe you just need more information to see if it's feasible for you, or if you're capable of even making that jump. We offer that service. You don't have to call us and set up a consultation just to be pushed down the line, right? We're not a slaughterhouse. We want to spend the time with you. We want to discuss every option available. We want to give you the options besides just, migrating to the States. If you want to invest in the States, if you're looking to transfer money, right? Whatever the case may be, we have the options for you, right? If you're looking to open up a business, we have people that do professional business plans that have been in the business for 20 plus years as well. So we literally have everything from realtors to financing to we can help you open up C Corps, S Corps, get you employment identification numbers to,
Okay, I'm going to be talking to you guys about this probably after the stream because I
also have
healthcare, auto care, home insurance.
Yeah.
Right. So we literally cover every single obstacle, right down to the fact if you are moving your stuff to the States, we have connections with pods in Canada, so we can get your stuff hauled over. We're connected with U-Haul. Right now, we're in the process of getting a membership with Marriott, the Hilton. We're working with car rental services where
so preferred rates for all of these different services.
Yes.
So this is great. You guys are like AAA for the people that are moving outside of Canada.
Pretty much. You still get those options because it would be part of the package initial.
That's right.
right?
And there's another thing too. I just want to add to it. Basically, if someone can't get into the States like with their visa and just want to be able to come down here and have investment properties, basically we have a project like property managements that can take care of your property when you're not here. So we have that also set up so that you're not left in the dirt. You're not being able to. You're going to worry about how to maintain it. So
Right.
that's
Yeah. Like, is the grass going to grow like super long?
We have everything, pretty much everything.
HOA is going to be breathing down my neck kind of thing. Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So this is another avenue that actually I hadn't considered. And now I'm thinking on my end, because there are a lot of members of my community that are dual citizens and are thinking about doing the same thing. So they don't necessarily need a lot of help on the immigration side. Perhaps they have, like my situation where my spouse is not American, kids are not American, so they could use help there. But even on the side of like just the logistics of how do I get down there? How do I get set up so I can have a property? Who can I talk to when I get down there to just see what kind of real estate and what neighborhoods are ideal for me? These are big questions that everyone has, including myself, where I'm like, holy cow, I'm thinking of different things that you guys can do to help me in my move. This is massive.
Yeah. So people think we're just here to kind of get them with a lawyer and just ship them off. Because don't get me wrong, and I'm not here to bash any other companies, but there are companies that simply do that. Here, give us this amount of money. Here's a lawyer. Find your own way, right? We're here literally from A to Z, and you can do a la carte style, as they say, and kind of pick and choose what you want once you're in the process, right? We'll run through all the options, or we set it up as a package. There are certain packages that we offer depending on whether you're coming just solo or just with your wife or girlfriend or spouse, whatever the case may be. But if you got, you, your wife or girlfriend and a couple children, we have packages where, prior to closing, we fly you down, take care of the hotels. Everything is taken care of. The realtors have time with you to drive you around when you go down there to do the initial look where you want to purchase or where you want to invest in. So it's everything you could possibly want without having to literally go nuts trying to figure everything out.
That's right.
Because that's what I'm doing. I'm going nuts trying to figure everything out. Look, I'm not going to lie to you.
I went all gray. I don't know if you could tell, but I went all gray before I got, my next step is going to be bald. But listen, I'll take the grays,
Honestly, it took me forever to get a bank card and a bank account. Like, that was one of the biggest things. When I got to Dallas, I was trying to find a bank that would give me an account. Do you know what I had to do? I had to drive from Dallas all the way to Austin, which is 3.5 hours away from here, just open up a bank account. So I don't think people want to do that.
And it's that's what's amazing. You guys are a one-stop shop. Like,
that's right.
We'll take care of you. We'll get that done. Oh, this is how you do that. Okay, let's get it done. That's amazing. This is the most. And like I say, like it's invaluable. You know what I mean? Like what you guys are offering as a service is something that it's. I know it's niche. There's not like you're not going around America selling this service to Americans, because that's obviously not the clientele, but it's invaluable to the people that actually need this, because otherwise you wouldn't even know where to go with this. And this is something that you and I got talking about the three of us, we got talking about last time we were in a phone chat. And this is the community aspect of it. And I think one thing that is a sort of a gravitas to people when they're in a new place is like, you want to look for people who are in a similar situation to you. And we were talking about starting up, because you guys are forming a community basically with your network. And from there could be like a whole network of Canadian expats that do get-togethers and like newsletters. Hey, we're meeting at these places. That's something I'm super eager about, because of course you're always going to want a little taste of home without having to deal with all the communism, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like, honestly, my mother just flew in the other night for my birthday, because my birthday was on October 8th. And
happy birthday.
Thank you. So she flew in, surprised, And she was shocked. She's never been to Texas before. She wanted to see our house and everything. And first thing out of her mouth, "Oh my God, everything is green." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, what did you think?" She thought it was like deserts over here. like they don't know. It's like it's weird, but like down here, she's like, "Oh my God, everything's clean. It's green. Everything's nice." The people. That's the one thing about Texas. Just so you know, Texas, they have one of the most nicest people I've ever met. When I came out here the first time, I was bombarded with people going, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How are you, sir?" And I'm like, "Okay." It's shocked me. Yeah, you never heard so many sirs before, like someone acknowledging you before, ever. And it's like just
And it's not fake is the
I
thing
know
that
it's
I
not
love
fake
the
at
most
all.
about it.
Absolutely.
Sincere.
Yeah. 100% pure.
There's a lot of fake nice in Canada. I'm on the West Coast, and I lived in Toronto before. I grew up in southwestern Ontario, so I definitely understand that. I know it. And you're from an Italian family, so people can be emotional when they. Well, yeah,
You know what? I'll be honest, guys. Like, since I've been to Dallas, I miss the Italian food in Toronto. I mean, I miss the Italian community, and I have found a little community in Fort Worth, and it's just a small Italian community. It's not that big yet, but I do miss it. But it's not as much here. But I'll be honest, it's growing, and Dallas is on the trajectory to become the second biggest city in North America. Just so you know, there are billions and billions of dollars flowing into Dallas. The amount of projects I'm seeing coming up every day is unbelievable. I'm shocked, and I'm very happy actually because I'm in a good spot. So it's like, if you want to come to Dallas, come. You can meet up with me. I'll show you around.
I like Dallas. I've been to Dallas, and Fort Worth is amazing.
Yeah,
my plan is to go close to Austin. It's not Austin proper, but close to Austin. There's a lot happening there. Texas is just an amazing place. I have friends in Houston, and Houston is just bumping right now. Like there's so much happening. The reality is, like, Texas is open for business, right?
Oh, very much so.
And that's it. And what I like about it is like, just like you guys are providing a service to help Canadians to get out of Canada, most Canadians look at this situation as untenable. I can't do it. Just like they look at business, because all the regulation in Canada to open a business, to do all that stuff is not like it is in America. And Texas and Florida are two places that are just make everything so much more accommodating for you. But it really is that. It's open for business. If you have a business idea, whatever, give it a go. Yeah. And most of the time you're going to be successful as long as people want your service. The problem in Canada is always that people want your service, but it won't be economical because of the red tape and all these things, the process to get the application. It's all of that. It's crazy because, I mean, I have so many business ideas that like a ton that have been working with business partners that are just like, yeah, that won't fly. Can't do that. Oh, alcohol, forget it. Food, you're going to have like a kitchen on some remote place and like craziness. It's just insane.
I'm going to tell you straight, when I got here and the amount of business ideas I've had in the beginning of it, like, I have a welding company down here also. The people here are actually very supportive. They want to see you succeed because in turn, it brings up the American economy. They want to see you succeed here. I've never felt that feeling in Toronto ever in my life, where people actually say they want to boost you up and say, "Oh, let me help you out. Let me do this. I have a guy. I can talk to this guy." I never, like, they literally want to see you succeed. It's just a rarity I've never seen before, but it's American. It's an American thing. Americans are just a total different class when it comes to, doing things daily and how they treat people. People said Americans are rude. That's not true, unless you're in New York. I mean, give or take.
They're not rude. They're loud.
No.
That's all.
Yeah, exactly. But Americans
that's the Italian thing.
Yeah, well, I'm the same way. I'm loud. I can't help it. So
Too good. But yeah, Texas is great for business. Another thing, and I don't think we're going to get too much into it in this chat, but I was doing some research on it today about transferring firearms down to the United States when people move. Turns out that is a very restrictive process. So stay tuned on the channel for an update on that, because I'm going to be doing a video coming out real soon on just on my findings on that one, because that's unbelievable. But yeah, finance, getting yourself down there, getting your family down there, getting the lawyers, getting a community. So we talked about the intake process. What kind of finances are we looking at for people that want to get into this? How much is this going to cost them? Rough estimate right out of the gates. What are we looking at?
do you want to go, Ant, or?
Yeah, I could go. Not a problem. So, for instance, when we are looking at clients, we take certain things into, at the end of the day, when they're going to the lawyers, what it's called is per petition. So, a husband and wife would be one petition. So, for two people to go to the lawyers, it would cost you about 10,000 USD. Okay, that's for husband and wife together, not each. Okay.
Okay.
So even if you have other children under the age of 21, depending on their age and their status, there is a different fee. So for me to tell you an exact fee,
okay,
I couldn't. It changes with age and status and so on. So I can't give you an exact. The lawyer will give you an exact number at that time, or we can confirm with the lawyer prior to talking, knowing your children's age and status and so on. So we can differentiate that price. But when it comes to the consultation, for instance, what we do is, because there are a lot of people that just call, and me and Sandra have taken hundreds and hundreds, literally, calls, just, hey, how are you? Can you run the process through us? The problem is it was taking up all day, and I would say 85% of them were just calling for info. Time is money. And I'm not saying this in an offensive or rude way. At the end of the day, you're making a life-changing decision right now, okay? In order to hear information and to kind of process it the way people need to process it, what we do is we charge a consultation fee of $250, okay? Now, with that consultation fee, what happens is we give them the rundown. We vet them. We let them know the situation. We figure out exactly where they stand in order to get to the next step, right? So once we vetted them, gave them the green light, everything was good, the next step is going to the lawyer. Once we go to the lawyer, what we do is we do a $750 add-on per person, okay? So that brings your total to $1,000. Okay. Now, with that $1,000, what that does is it gives you the availability of all our services, whether you decide to move forward or not. So even if you just want to invest in the States, or even if you just want to move money, or any kind of, we can open businesses for you in the States, right? We can guide you along the way to make that really work for you, right?
Okay.
So you still get all the options, even if you decide not to move forward with the lawyer. But at that point, you are with the lawyer, and then the lawyer will be able to vet you and let you know whether you're going L1A, E2, or maybe if you're not qualified at all once he hears your situation, right? Maybe he says to you, oh, you got to go E2, you have to invest this much money. And at that point in time, maybe your financials aren't in order and you need another 6 to 8 months. You're still with us. So that's right. Once you get that 1,000 with us,
so you don't have to start over again. You guys, you're on the network, and then that's it.
Correct. So it's literally one and done with us. We don't charge anything else. You have full access to us at that time. We'll take your calls personally. We'll respond to all your emails.
I've taken a lot of calls personally, that's for sure.
And we'll always be there for a one-on-one. We don't mind answering questions along the timeline of the process. Do you have a realtor here? I got a cousin over here. Yeah, no problem. Reach out to this person in Florida, or reach out to this person in Minnesota, or wherever, Utah, Texas, Dallas, wherever. We could still help you get the help you need for you or your family at that point, realistically, right? Because maybe they don't want to move, but they want to invest in the States, their family down the line. You've already invested with us that $1,000. So now we're giving you the opportunity that even if a family member needs a realtor or whatever, you could still reach out to us on their behalf.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So we don't cut the cord at, okay, you know what, the lawyer said no, and just, hey, thanks, pal, appreciate your 1,000 and hit the road. No, we're definitely not like that. We want to build a relationship. We want to build a good rapport with you. We want to make sure that you get the help you're looking for.
Well, not only that, and something just came to mind, because you know, some people, they might get the no answer, and but the lawyer might say, but if you were to retain a skill, come back to me, and we have a place we can put you. Because here's the reality of the situation, and I've been doing a lot. I love watching Mike Rowe, for example, Dirty Jobs, but he has a podcast, and he also has a company where he's trying to get tradesmen out there and into positions. America is starving for tradespeople.
So 600,000 welders they need in the States right now. 600,000.
So just to kind of give you an insight, we weren't even going to bring this up, but me and Sandro are actually investing in a trade school in the States. Yeah,
love you guys. That's great.
One of our affiliates is already opening up 12 of them across Florida, and we're going to be lucky enough to be number 13, probably 14 and 15 along the way, along the coast of Florida. So we are going to be opening up trade schools, and we can guide you to which one will facilitate your needs. Because you're not only going to have like to become an electrician, plumber, HVAC, welding, right? Maybe a GC, you got to learn 2x4s and plywood, and you know, just to build the house.
My background is in welding and structural and mechanical welding. So I've been doing it for over 26 years. I want to spearhead this operation as one of the most, teach the way I've know all my knowledge on, and be able to get proper welders out there, because there are very good welders out there, don't get me wrong, but the ratio of good and bad welders out there are just astronomical. Like it's just this many good welders and then a bunch of just bad welders, and they actually end up destroying projects, and a lot of cutouts and a lot of mistakes, and it's pretty bad. It's a bad situation. So we want to be able to see if we can correct that and make it better, so that make America great, pretty much. Right.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, my background is in automotive mechanics, also millwright. So I'm an auto technician. That's what I do during the day when I'm not doing YouTube in the evenings. And, I'll be bringing that skill down to the US. I might end up consulting with you guys at some point. If you're running trade schools. I'll be busy with this stuff, but I'm definitely happy to go in and talk with students about the importance of getting into the trades.
Sorry. Can I add one thing? I'm going to add one thing. So, the one thing I went through basically when I was getting with different lawyers, I had to pay a 30-minute talk. Would cost me $350 each time. I lost a lot of money, and the information was pretty much vague. It wasn't that detailed, and I had to get another 30 minutes and another 30 minutes, and it was very, very redundant at that point. With us, once you get with our program, we make sure the lawyer doesn't charge that. He's already on our team, so he doesn't charge a 30-minute call. You could talk for whatever time you need in order to get the right information. And the best part about our lawyers is that it's not $10,000 right up front. It is $5,000 to get started, and then the rest is when the job is done. So you don't have to worry about the fact that you're going to dump all of this in one shot. You're going to have time, and that's how it should be all the way through. I mean,
Mhm.
get the job done, then I'll pay you. Not here, take all my money, and then what? Like they got your money now. Are they going to do the service or not? Pretty much, right? So you're
Right.
always you're worried about that. So we've eliminated that. Our lawyers are on the same page. They understand that, and they're full tilt transparent. And this is why we are very good with this situation, with this business. So.
Well, that's amazing. And then obviously because people are part of the network and it would be part of your network, if they decided they wanted to do the paperwork on their own, you could just show them, here's the avenue where you go if you want to do all of that. Good luck. Enjoy it. It's not fun.
No.
The lawyers get paid good for good reasons because they're doing all that. But still being part of the network is very important. And that's the thing. It's just having someone behind you that's been through it and knows it and has done it before. That just having that on your side is such a, well, it's invaluable, as I said before, but it's a confidence builder, because as you're going through it, it just becomes such a frustration. And I know this because I'm dealing with it. And I've dealt with it before as well, like with my wife immigrating into Canada because she's Japanese. So we had to go through this whole process before. So again, I know how this all is. And I just can't thank you guys enough for making this service available, right? Like nobody else is doing this. Everybody else is just pay me. I'll give you some, whatever advice. And then off you go. And you're kind of just left there holding the bag, not knowing what to do next. And
think of us like Costco. We're like all Costco. It's like Costco.
One-stop shop.
One-stop shop.
That's hilarious.
But you know what? I just wanted to emphasize that there is nobody doing what we do, offering the options that we do. Don't get me wrong. There are people that, I know a lawyer. Okay, then what?
Good luck.
Yeah,
you still need financing. What? Are you going to go live under a bridge in the States? You need financing.
They'll kick you out if you're under the bridge.
You move your money from Canada to the States, no matter what, whether it's 500, 50,000, or 50 million. Right? So you're going to pay the lawyer, and then you have to jump through hoops to find out who's who and what's where. And it's the efficiency. You're really paying for the efficiency and the network that we've built along the way from us losing money, us losing time. People should take advantage of that because now they don't have to do it, which is huge, right? At the end of the day, we're here to help. We're not here to, you know what, it's an extra 500. No. It's a flat fee, and we give you everything along the way. Once we start getting those, affiliates with affiliation with the Marriott and whatever, you can always come to us and we can get you a deal, even if you want to take your family away for a couple of days, or so you'll be able to save there. So it's like you're investing for future turnarounds, whether it's a rental car or a hotel, or if you want to go down, if you want to go to the States, hey, listen, do you recommend a hotel that me and my family can stay at, or an Airbnb? Yeah, no problem, actually. Right? So it's everything plus more. I can't emphasize that enough, that the options that we have are absolutely endless.
Well, it's amazing to me. So the website, again, for everybody, is Cross-Border Consulting and Relocation. It's the bridge. Get on over there. Make sure you book a meeting in today because it's going to fill up real quick. And then you'll have to wait until whenever these guys, because it's the two of you. You're answering the phones at this. So that's just it. Book your meeting today so you can get over there. I'm gonna take this over to the second part of this. So everybody who's watching this, if you want to see the Q&A, you're gonna have to watch this as a separate video, or if you're watching this live, that's now's the time we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna open this up to the chat on the live chat. So anybody who has questions, just feel free to jump in there and ask questions, because I know there's going to be a lot when it comes to immigration and all this. If I didn't actually go over most of it anyway, but let's get to this. Some of the live people right out of the gates. PK for 10 was saying, I retire soon. It's harder for a retiree to relocate to the US. And we do have to renounce citizenship, or do we have to renounce citizenship, or is there a dual citizenship option for retirees?
So we haven't had much like many retirees yet. I mean, I've had one where I talked to my lawyer about the whole situation. I don't think you have to renounce anything. See, the States has a dual option. So you have American citizenship when you get to that point, and a Canadian or another citizenship. You can't have three. So there is no reason why you'd have to renounce the Canadian citizenship.
As long as you're Canadian, you'll never lose it. You'll never lose it. You're able to come back to Canada at the end of the day.
Even if you don't want to, but I mean, you can go back.
Well, and the thing is too, like if you get a green card, your citizenship is still in the country of whatever country. Yeah, like a green card is not. That's something you have to renew every so many years. But that's not a thing. Yeah, that exactly like that. I saw a question here. Do you need a lawyer to do this? Well, you guys are providing lawyers. You guys are the guy. You're the connection to get to the right lawyer.
The lawyer is needed, and I can't put enough emphasis on it that you need to know the proper lawyer. Because my first lawyer actually grabbed me for $5,500 US, and he did nothing for me. He wanted
$5,500 and he did nothing.
Yeah. So what happened was he was pushing me E2. Oh, spend 60, 70, 100,000 in the States, open up a business, and then I can get you over there. But now the lawyer that we're dealing with, you got to be there on an L1A through my business, and there's nothing in the States. So you gotta understand who you're working with, because and I'm not saying this in a rude way or to offend people, but there are scumbags out there, and I apologize for using that word, but in actuality there is. And these days, for people to see 3,000, 5,000 USD, they're like, oh, okay, let me just steal it from this guy. He'll never meet me anyways. So they pull a shoe, right, to burn a bridge for $3,000, $5,000, lose face. It's not right. We have the proper lawyers. We have multiple lawyers if we get, flooded with business, which fortunately we have a good lineup of people that are coming now. And like I said, we're very fortunate. We have, the people behind us as well in order to help push our programs and our options to them if we're not available. But we like to do things one-on-one. So at least this way, it's always us. We're never going to lose face to our clients. We're only going to build a good rapport, and people can only say good things about us, because at the end of the day, you're not going to get screwed, because we're putting you in the best position possible.
Great. I've got a question from Yuri. He says, can I choose what a state where I want to relocate?
100% you can. I mean,
it's a free country.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
Any state is available, Yuri.
I'll be honest, Yuri, like, most people leaving Canada, they want to go to more red states. They want to go to conservative states, because the whole purpose of it is that they want that nuclear family, or they want to be able to have their family values and conservative values. And if you go to California, or you go to any blue state that's very liberal, you're basically in the same position of, you might as well stay in Canada. There's no point. But I mean, you do have the choice. It depends on your situation. I mean, if you have family, let's say in Oregon, then yeah, we can definitely get you there too. Oregon's not.
Yeah, we joke about how bad Oregon would be.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Why do you want to leave commie Canada to go to a blue state? But I mean, that really is up to everybody else.
That's right.
Here's where was I? There was another question here. It says, do you help people immigrate from Europe to USA as well, or is it just Canada?
So that's actually in Sandro. I know Sandro was going to jump in on this one because me and him were actually discussing this the other day. At the current moment, we don't. We are going to be looking at different options to possibly start helping Europeans migrate to the States.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't have that. We don't have a system down yet. We got to perfect the system. We got to figure out the legalities behind it because, from Canada to the U.S. is a different visa process compared to the visa process that's going to be from Europeans. There's some certain similarities, but I'll be honest, it's a whole different world, like a whole different beast completely. Because there's a lot more entailed with that, to be honest.
Fair enough. I got a question here from sorry, I wouldn't be able to pronounce that. Which visa would a retiree apply for? Or would it be different at all?
Honestly, we're trying to figure out with retirees right now, there's no real visa that you're able to get into the States with unless you see. The one thing about the States is they want to see investments. They want to see that the economy grows. They essentially not trying to be rude or whatnot, but I'll be honest, if they see retirees come down here to become citizens or apply for visas and not contributing to the overall economy, they don't like that. I'll be honest. They're not with that type of thing. So what I always say is, listen, they extended it to 8 months. Now I believe it passed already. So you could stay in the States for a period of 8 months. So that's quite a bit of time, and you don't have to necessarily do anything. You can buy a house, you can go do whatever you want. You go back to Canada for a week, give or take, come back. Another 8 months. That's the best possible way to do it, to be honest. They will not let you come in and just, unless you want to invest in an E2 and then but then you're going to be working, or you know what I mean? So
like America loves snowbirds, right? Like the idea is that if you're a retiree in Canada and you want to come down for 8 months and spend your money, then come on down. But at the end of the day, it's like, unless you have a business or you're trying to contribute, drive more economic activity, then that's really all that is, I guess.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much.
That makes a lot of sense there. I got a question here from Vio saying, do you have to have a Canadian citizenship to do this?
Hands down, yes. You need to have a Canadian citizenship. It's not even a question at this point because the visas require you to have a full Canadian citizenship in order to apply for these visas. That is 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, because like in my circumstance, it's a little different. I'm an American citizen. My wife's immigration is based on my citizenship.
Your situation,
yeah. So her not being a Canadian doesn't really affect.
No, because you're married. When you're married, it's a whole different story, completely different. Because she is your spouse. You have a marriage license. You have a marriage certificate. She's your spouse. She can be tied to you. That at that point, citizenship has nothing to do with it because you're American. Now, it'd be different in situations if, let's say, you're Canadian, she's not. Then there's a little bit more of a game to figure out exactly how to get her down here. In that case, with the lawyers, they could definitely answer that part. That's
okay, for sure. I got a comment here from Hollow Body 310. I think that's a car reference for a $6.99. Oh no, that's actually a guitar reference. Red Seal electrician here can't figure out how licensing can or would transfer or be acknowledged. If that's possible, I'd be gone tomorrow. So what is that for? So Red Seal technician, I'm a Red Seal technician. They have Red Seal across Canada, except Quebec. Of course, it's always except Quebec. And I know the ASC doesn't recognize my Red Seal for automotive service excellence, but how is that for other trades?
Okay, so what I've experienced in Texas, and this is pretty much, I would say, mid and south of the states. When you get to the north area of like New Jersey, Chicago, the big cities up there, they're more inclined with the Red Seal process up there. They're more connected with Canada in that case. It's weird how this situation is, but I'll be very honest with you. In Texas specifically, this is a right to work state. Just so you know, unions are not that strong out here. It is actually a good thing and a bad thing. One or the other depends on the situation. But I can guarantee you one thing. Your Red Seal down here means absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
And I mean nothing.
Yeah.
Like you and I from Toronto are extremely qualified. Our rigorous training and our whole apprenticeship and journeyman up there, it's like our work is very, very strict compared to down here. So we know a level of work that these guys don't know. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just a different level. We are very we're more hands like in focus, more into it. But when you get out here, you could just get a license. And I learned something very strange the other day. You can actually buy your book. It's strange to say this, but if you have years of experience up there, let's say 20 years, you can buy your book, and meaning you buy your license, which is incredible and bad. I'll be honest with you, because you could be 20 years of being a bad worker and then you go pay for it and now you have it and you can go get paid and work, but then you're going to just botch the whole job.
Yeah.
So that's,
I do know that, like for automotive technicians, for example, the ASE is what certifies people in the United States. It's a private organization and it exists in Canada. And because it exists in Canada, they do not recognize Red Seal through the ASE. They tell you it exists in Canada. You could have got that training. You got to take it. So it's about 60 some odd tests that you have to pay for. And you have to do them. You have to do them. So if I wanted to continue pulling wrenches when I get to Texas, with a license, I can pull wrenches all I want, but and do it just fine and make good money doing it. But if I wanted to have the ASE certification, I'd have to actually go through it. There's no transferability, which it's just unfortunate. It is what it is. I've got another comment from Neil from the Hill for 5 says, as a retired military member on disability, what's my chances? CPP and pension and disability.
First of all, I want to say thank you for your service. I appreciate it. First and foremost. So there are avenues. And at that point, I do suggest you talk to the lawyers in order to find the best avenue or what the options are. That's pretty much what I have to say. We can go on, but that's the gist of it. Realistically, I suggest you do talk to the lawyers and see what the options are.
And I guess it would matter, like what kind of, like, if you own a house, if that's an asset that you could sell and then move over with, like that kind of thing.
There's so many factors involved.
That's why.
Oh, fair enough. We also got a new member on the channel, Blurstad. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Let's see if there's any more questions. Folks in the chat, just make sure there's a question mark at the end for the questions, and then I can find them real quick in the chat. What if a person is on CPP in Canada? So that's Canadian Pension Plan. Just answered that question there. See where else we are. What are the possibility for permanent residents to have the visa for the US? So a permanent resident in Canada, I'm guessing from some other country.
So once again, it goes back to having a full Canadian passport, like full Canadian citizenship. You have to have full Canadian citizenship in order to make the transition. Because if you don't, they won't obviously consider you as a Canadian because you're permanent residency or immigration status from wherever it could be, right? So it has to be full-blown Canadian citizenship.
Yeah.
Has to be full-blown Canadian. Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Which, work on your citizenship in Canada if you've got status here.
Once you get it, then we can work with you down here, guaranteed at that point.
Absolutely. So we got here. Okay, so you said you could go there for 8 months, come back for a week, and go back, and you can open a business there.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said you can come down for 8 months, stay here, and I mean, you're not allowed to work for the time that you're here because you're going to be under a TN visa, which is a visitor visa. But I was saying that if you want to open up a business, there's the E2 visa, and I was specifically saying for someone that's retired, right? You don't. When someone's retired, they're not going to go under an E2 visa and open up a business in order to, live here permanently. Um, that just doesn't make any sense because I mean you're retired. Why would you want to work? Why would you want to open up a business to continue that? I mean, it depends on how old you are at that point. But I'll be honest. I mean, most people when they're retired, they want to be able to just relax and enjoy life at that point. But I mean, like I said, you can't work. No one's stopping you though doing remote work. I mean, really, realistically, remote work is becoming the biggest thing. And I mean, if you're down here and you're able to do remote work through the computer and basically make money that way, go ahead. I mean, but physically getting a job, you can't. It's impossible actually. So
Yeah, absolutely. There was another question here. How much? Show this one. How much does one need to save roughly a single person? Like a single person, how much is a single person going to need to make this happen? Or is it just really depend on the situation?
It does depend on the situation. Yeah.
It
really depends on that. Like again, everybody's situation is different. It depends on what you want, and if you're a single person, you want to come down here and you want to be able to whether you want to invest and buy a business or open up a business. I mean, you need capital for that. That's a realistic. That's a reality. It is. And then if you have a business already up there and you want to make a business down here, it's the L process, obviously, right? So, I mean, it all comes down to what you can come up with in terms of capital. Again, this is something that is the most life-changing thing you could possibly do. I did it, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. But it's the best thing I've ever done in my entire life. So I would do this again. The one thing I can say right now quickly before we go any further is if I were to see this company that we have 4.5 years ago and it was able to offer everything like this, I'd jump on it like nothing easily because I'd be like, oh my God, you do everything for me? Yeah, let's go. Please help me do this. But there was nothing like this back then. So I had to go through hell. So now that there is something there for people that exists now, it's just a no-brainer. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense why anybody would even think otherwise, right? So that's pretty much what it is.
So for instance, and sorry to jump on, I apologize.
No, absolutely. Go ahead.
Just to give you a little bit of an insight, for instance, right now, me and Sandra are working with this family, 2 kids, husband and wife from Edmonton. Don't want to mention any names because who knows? Maybe you know them. But
they're lovely people. Edmonton people are lovely
people. They're very, very well-to-do, and they're looking to buy on the outskirts of Houston. And the son is a big, football player. He's just in high school playing football, but we're getting our realtors to take them from 4 or 5 different high schools when they fly down in November. We're supplying them, locations where they want to stay, Airbnbs. We're getting our realtor to set that up, right? We're literally setting up everything for them. And that's it. Our realtor is going to pick them up at the airport, bring them to their Airbnb, or they can set up the car. We haven't discussed that yet, but probably the car because they're going to want to drive around and whatnot. But
you're not walking anywhere in Texas.
Absolutely not. Everything's bigger in Texas, they say, right?
That's for sure.
But and the thing is right now we haven't really discussed visas. He's just we're just going to ship money down because of my business. But we already know, as soon as he said that, L1A, boom, transfer everything, right? He already has the business in Houston that he's developed years ago that's an affiliate with his Canadian business. So everything is already rolling, and he didn't even know that. So now he's like,
right.
right? He's like, this is the house I want to look for. This is the rooms. I need a pool on the outskirts of Houston. He goes, I'm a country boy, big beard. You know what I mean? Getting custom guns made. Like, he's like, they're not taking my guns away. Okay, just thank God you're about 6 countries over. Thank you. But, no, great guy, great family. But we're helping him along the way with everything, right? So we're setting him up with Airbnb. He's not even really going with us. He's not going to see the lawyers right now. He's just transferring money with us. But because he invested the $1,000, we're setting him up now. The realtor's taking them around to schools to check for schools. What realtor does that?
None.
Yeah. None. Right? So we go above and beyond to, first of all, make people happy. Not even just our clients, but people. You know what I mean? To show them that people do care and they want to help people. Because these days, nobody gives a shit about anybody. It's just like it's like a one-man army, and everybody's just aggravated with what's going on with politics and mortgages in Canada and immigration. And so to give a helping hand, even just as a nice gesture, people will appreciate that. And that's what we plan on doing no matter what. To show
Take
that
care of people
care. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much what it is. Our guys will do whatever they can to get things done. Doesn't matter.
That's amazing. Again, I'm probably going to take advantage of this as things move forward. I got La Vida de Ariana. You got the accent for it. It says, "Hi, I'm Ariana from a Canadian in Toronto. Is there any opportunity as an insurance industry professional to be able to live and work for an insurance firm in Texas? I'm also bilingual, English and Spanish."
So you need to have a visa to work down here to get a Texas license. Like to be able to have a health and life insurance brokerage, like a license down here, you need to have your visa to be able to get the license. They won't just be able to get the license without a social security, without your work visa down here. But I mean, there's different ways of doing it. Like from what I remember for myself, because I was going for it also, they were very, very, very strict on the fact that you must have your visa and has to be able to work in the States. Without that, you're not able to apply to get your Texas insurance license here. It's just impossible. You're going to have to be stuck with the Canadian one at that point, and that's just the reality of it, right? So they will not. And Texans and Americans, they want to see Americans or someone that's legal status, like that can do it. That's pretty much it,
But what else I could say, and sorry to hop on, what else I can say is if you work for a company in Canada that has a company in the States that's US
you could
based,
sponsor,
they can actually sponsor you and bring you to the States.
Yeah.
So once again, we can help with that process, but it makes it that much easier because you're part of the affiliate program with your company that you're working with now. So for instance, just to give you an example, KPMG in Canada, if you're working for KPMG in Canada, you can ask them, can you send me to the States? If they have a spot open that is your spot or whatever, your credentials, verified, then you can actually go work in the States and then sign in L1A, and then boom, next thing you know, your green card status.
And then once you have that, then getting your license is just a series of tests.
So once you get your L1A, you can go for your driver's license. You can open your bank account. You can purchase property. So you become an American, but you're not an American, just not yet, at least.
Yeah, you get a license that says limited term on it because it has a time until you renew it. Like until you extend your visa. Your license will say limited term, and then your social security will say can work under DWS authority. So they'll see that you're on a visa. You're not a citizen. So there are ways that they can find out and they can figure things out, with you.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. Yeah.
This is an interesting question. Church of Hurt says my dead grandfather, so his former grandfather, was born in the U.S. Does that help any?
Absolutely not.
No.
So there's no. So that doesn't help any, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately not.
Those days were gone, because back about 15 to 20 years ago, it did.
Oh, it did. So it's
15 to
changed
20 years ago, but they had to have lived there for 5 years or 10 or 15 years consistently.
Mhm.
And then at that point, it actually takes 15 to 20 years to get you there.
Yeah, so it's a long process.
Yeah. It's the chances of it actually working out are probably impossible, but
right.
you need to go blood test, DNA, see what kind of background you got. Like
it's
literally an extra mile. Yeah.
Might as well just start a business.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's exactly.
So Canadian Circus says, is it a long process to become a U.S. citizen as a welder or tradesman?
So to become a citizen, yes, it is a very long process, because you need to figure out different avenues. Whether you want to get sponsored under a company down here, that is a way, but you have to find a company that's going to be able to take you down here. And when I said that there's a need for 600,000 welders in the States, I wasn't lying. That's the truth. You can look it up. Problem is the Canadian unions, they don't want to let go of their book, of people. I'll be honest with you. Something's going on with the unions. It's like, if they get rid of everybody up there and bring them all down here, it's like, well, they're screwed. I mean, they're screwed, right? They don't have any workers. So that's what's the big problem there. But again, you could, if you have a company already established up there for over 3 years, you could become a rig welder out here. So you can essentially open up a company of your own as a rig welder and then start making money that way. Because I'll be honest, the amount of work down here for welders is astronomical. Okay. And if you have a rig and a truck, game over. And to do the tests here, I'm a pipeline welder. Okay. I'll be honest, I passed every test in my AWS. It's AWS down here. And every other, my 232, 236, 233, all these wire certs, they're called certs down here. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, once you have that, it opens up so many doors. Like, don't look at the citizenship right now. Look at getting yourself in here. Once you're here, you start building your credit, you start building everything up, game over. Now you have something going on,
So as a welder who's not looking for citizenship short term, but is just looking to get there and get on a visa, is there like companies that that are scouting people? Is there a way to take those skills and bring them?
Honestly, right now, I don't know any companies that are scouting, but I do know for a fact that if you have a rig and you have a welding machine, they'll scoop you up here. They need people. Like, they're dying for rig welders out here. And the unions are always taking people here. Like, if you have that and you're a good welder and you pass their test, you can make above, in pipeline alone, you can make well above 250 to 260 a year, easily, clean over here. That's a lot of money, especially in Texas. Texas, you don't even need more than $100,000, okay, to live and enjoy life, which is, everybody back then, we all thought $100,000 was a lot. Now, 100,000 in Canadian, you can't get nothing. But over here, it definitely works. Definitely. So you have a good life down here as a welder. That's for sure.
That's amazing. That really is. Is there a list of trade certificates recognized in the USA?
So funny enough, I have all my licenses actually I worked in a nuclear plant up there too. So I was in Darlington. So I have all of my F3, F4, F5, F6, my TIG, stick, stainless, all that, right? When I brought it down here, they looked at me like, man, you don't need that. I'm like, huh? I'm like, what are you talking about? You don't need that. They're like, yeah, well, I mean, just go and do a cert test. I'm like, a cert test? I never heard it until here. So I went to go do their test, and it was simple. I'll be honest, it was easy. And that's it. They got it. Quick, finished. So really, I mean, you don't need them. I swear, you don't need them here.
Your binder of Canadian certificates were no longer needed.
Yeah,
That's unbelievable.
You just have to be good. You just have to be a good welder, and then just prove yourself down here. And you, as a Canadian welder, you'll kill it here. Kill it.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, because a lot of people, they've been pushing back on me saying, well, you know, Trump's getting all the immigrants out of America. You're gonna have a hard time getting down there. But on the legal immigration side of things, isn't he opening things up? Like, he's making it more available to people who want to bring business, bring skills, bring all of that to America. Of course, it needs that.
So the one thing that that people don't understand about Trump is that he's taking out all the trash, okay, that people that are mooching off the system and not contributing to the American economy or building the economy. He's getting rid of them. And people are upset about that because they're part of the problem. So they're going to be upset. They're the loudest ones. That's what it is.
Everybody doesn't like getting cut off. Right?
Exactly. But he is so, right? He's pro-legal. If you are coming in the States legally and you do things proper, they freaking love you. They want you here because you are the key to build this economy. Without you, they're screwed. You know what I mean? Like, they need people here. So don't think like that. They need legal, not illegal.
Yeah, just don't jump the border. Do all the hoops, like do all the things, the rigmarole that you got to do. Look at it as like a test to see if you're going to go through all of this and then get there. You've already proven that you're worth a grain of salt, right?
That's right. That's right.
If you're the kind of person that's going to jump in line, well, nobody wants you. Nobody likes the line skip. Nope. Alberta Nan asking, what about Canadian exit taxes?
Great question.
Do you want to answer that one, or should I answer it?
You can go ahead, and then I'll follow with another call.
The amount of people that asked me that when I left Canada is unbelievable. No, so the Canadian government is full of SHIT, you know, that's pretty much what they're full of it. They put this out there so that people are scared to leave. Remember, the Canadian government can only function as a government or a country with its people. If its people are gone, there's no economy, there's no government, there's no Canada. So we're
tax cattle is what we are. We're cattle.
That's exactly what you are. And without you, they're screwed. So they are doing everything possible to scare you so much so that America's bad, America's this, America's that, to keep you there. No matter what, they're going to continuously brainwash you to keep you there. That's their job. Because without you, they don't eat. That's how
everything except lower taxes.
Exactly. You know what I mean? The noose is just getting tighter and tighter and tighter, no matter what up there, and it's disgusting.
So just to follow up on that, is there an exit tax? Yes.
Technically,
right? There is.
Technically.
Now, from my understanding, because I have friends that own multi-million-dollar businesses in Canada that are literally wrapping it up and going to the States.
I do as well.
And there is an exit tax, but there is a loophole. So holding companies, multiple holding companies, and just kind of funnel it out. And, you know, one business goes broke and, you know, business only like I'm really good when it comes to finance and understanding the logic of doing things correct without screwing yourself, right?
Yeah.
I'm not
Right.
saying to do anything illegal, but at the end of the day, your money is better in your pocket than the government's pocket, especially considering we get taxed on gas, food, income tax. I think we're even charged for air tax now, rain tax.
Rain tax in Toronto. Yeah, if you're in Toronto.
Yeah.
Thank you, Olivia Chow. That's amazing.
Oh my God.
So hold on a second though. The exit tax, to be very serious here, it does come in effect, but it's not the way you think it is. It only starts if you apply for your green card status down here. Just so you know, it's like you can be on a visa forever. It doesn't matter. It's as soon as they contact Canada saying that you are here, because you can't leave once you're on a green card process. You can't leave the country. If you do,
But
you're pretty much screwed. You have to
start it
reset the
all
thing.
over again.
Correct.
Every step.
Now, once you do, they're going to initiate that exit tax, right? But the whole point is you being here. Why would you ever go back, right? So they can put it at $1 million for all they care, but it's not. It's obviously it's a lot lower than that. I believe it's about $25,000 to $50,000, right? Canadian dollars. Now, the best part is you're going to tell the government, like, bye. What are they going to do? Put you in jail down here? They have no jurisdiction.
Exactly.
They're basically gone. You just tell them, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pay you, which is never. So
the problem is, and I'm going to be very clear about this, when and if you get to the States, the people you don't ever want to play games with, IRS.
Yeah. Don't screw with them.
Don't screw with them, because you will go to jail. They do not play around. Like it's very serious when it comes to that, and I can't stress enough about it because of the severity. Like over here, you see how people take 2-3 years to try to catch up on their income. No, they're knocking. They're coming to your door. Hello, where's our money? Oh, you don't have it? No problem. Maybe 3 months in jail make you figure it out and see how fast you get it, right? Yeah. So it's very serious over there, and I really can't stress it enough that when people go down there, open up a business, or just, if you're going down there and you're working for someone and you're claiming your own taxes, please get an accountant that knows what they're doing so you don't screw yourself. You do not want to put yourself in a position where they come knocking, because it's not going to be a very good conversation.
Fair enough. That's very good advice. Disc Driver for 2 says, do you only do E2 and L1, or what about TN, EB, H1B?
Sorry, I couldn't understand. Say it. Do you
only do the E2 or L1 visas?
No. We do all of them.
EB
We do all of them. But from what the lawyers are saying is that, like, majority of the people are just going with E2 or L1. EB also, but H1B, not EB. Sorry, EB5 is the one that he basically upped it to 100,000. And the TN visa is a visitor visa, pretty much. Sponsorship visa, that's pretty much it. But no, pretty much the majority of them are all doing E2 or L1. Now, here's something I'm going to tell you straight up. A lot of lawyers only go with the E2. They only want to do E2s.
It's the easiest one to do.
It's the easiest one to do. It's not that much legwork to that. Now, their only legwork with E2 is, I'll be honest, is if you're not buying a new business, but you're creating a business. That involves a lot of paperwork, business plans, showing that is a very, very lengthy process. L1 is very difficult in this case. Be honest with you, they got to do a binder about that thick.
Yeah.
Okay, with like 1,000 pages to present to secondary immigration, and they got to bring it to IRS and UCIS. So they need over 1,000 pages of your everything, the entire business that you have bringing down here. So there's a lot of lawyers don't want to do that once because it's a lot of work. So that's why they're pushing it too.
But even to mention, while we're on this case as well, they still can decline you.
Yes, that's Yeah.
I wanted to make that very, very, very clear.
Mm-hmm.
So they still can decline you even if your file is as perfect as can be. All the I's dotted, all the T's crossed, they can decline you. But you can reapply, but it doesn't look good with that decline on you. So this is why we say, like, at the end of the day, make sure you know who you're working with and what they know, because some people will be like, okay, no problem, let's go E2, whatever, and then all of a sudden, decline, you get the stamp. Now it's like, holy shit, excuse my language, but it's like, now what? You know what I mean? Now you got to go through the whole process again, and once they see the decline on there, that's sending red flags. What happened then that they declined you? Why are you coming back? Now that can of worms is opening. And, it's probably a 50-50 coin toss at that point.
There's no guarantee. No lawyer in the world can put a guarantee on their services. They can put a percentage of their, approval rate of how they, got people down there between like, oh, they're like rating is 19 or 20 get into the States, right? They could do that. But realistically, it also will come down to one thing. I'll be honest with you. The person you get at the border crossing, it's sad to say this, but let's say that person that you get to the border crossing at secondary at the airport is someone's having a bad day. Okay. Unfortunately, that happened to one of our clients.
Yeah.
And it's, he's going now through a second process right now. I think next week he should be able to come down. But I'll be honest with you, he paid for all of his flights, everything. Like he's already passed first and went to secondary in order to do it. The person that he encountered was rude from the get-go, like not even giving him a little single shot of how to speak. She was having a very bad day, it seemed like, and completely destroyed his entire thing. Like his flights were gone.
Man.
He lost over I think it was about $5,000 in flights.
He's shutting down furniture and everything.
Yeah, it's a lot of problems that way. But again, we try to do everything possible to make it easier and to help you. But there is no place, no business, no lawyer can tell you it's going to be 100%. Because if they do, that's the biggest red flag you could possibly find. You better get run and just call bullshit on it, because there's no way they can guarantee you.
No.
Okay.
And in fact, in my situation, a lot of people ask, well, why don't you just bring your wife down on a visitor visa and then just stay while the process is going? And I'm like, I've brought this question up with lawyers because I knew kind of what the answer was, but I wanted to see roughly what people in the profession would say. And across the board, it's, well, you could take that risk if you want, but here's the deal. All it takes is one officer at the border to say, you're not actually visiting. You're staying with the intent to immigrate, and that's visa fraud. And for that, we're going to ban you from the country for 10 years. That's all it takes. One officer having a bad day and saying that, and just figuring that out. And not to mention, my wife's a Japanese national, so we would have to have her leave every 30 days and come back and run that same risk. It's just not worth it.
No,
like it's not worth that risk when you're talking about the rest of your life, right? That's really the thing. You do it right the first go around, and then you never have to do it again. That's the idea. So, man, I'm not going to risk my future for that.
And it's expensive. Imagine flying back every 30 days. Good luck. That's expensive.
Well, I mean, you could go to Mexico do a once around the flagpole,
sure.
But still, it's a risk, man. It's not worth
exactly.
it.
I mean, going back to Toronto.
Oh yeah, that's expensive. Tim R asks, do you worry about ICE coming after you, Sandro?
Absolutely not. It was funny enough, there was an intake down here in Dallas about a month ago. They were offering a $50,000 sign-up bonus, and they were paying $85,000 a year. So I was like, hands down, I would want to go for that. Like, that's something I would definitely go for, right? Like shooting spice bombs at people. Like,
Oh, now I heard it all. Oh,
whatever they are. But no,
they're not coming for you. They're coming to recruit you, Sandra.
Yeah, like, that'd be sick, right? But no, I'll be honest. Like, I'm not worried about ICE. I am legal here. As a legal person, they don't bother you. It's if you're illegal. That's pretty much simple as that. It's very black and white there, you know?
Absolutely. And the thing is, people like the news is going nuts about the ICE situation, but they're really only targeting criminals, like known criminals at this moment.
I mean, there's the anyone there's not criminals, right?
Well, there's I was just about to say that the odd person who just happens to be in the vicinity when they're doing a bust and they catch them. But the most part, it's like they're targeting criminals and anybody else that they run into that doesn't have a legal status in the United States.
Technically, that is criminal too. If you're not legal, that is a criminal thing.
If you're illegally there,
it is a criminal charge, right? Exactly. But you may not be a bad person. You may have a family, and that I understand that. But Trump has made protocols for this where he will send you back. Apparently, he will fly you back, no cost, nothing, and get you through going the legal way. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't.
If you call because I've done this, so you call USCIS, and before you even get the automated service, there's a readout, and it says if you're illegally in the United States, President Trump has granted this money for illegal people in the United States to be flown to a jurisdiction where they have legal status. They will fly you wherever in the world you have legal status to be in.
That's
at the expense of the taxpayer.
I mean, what kind of service you get? Like, I mean, if you're in Canada, you think Cardi's going to actually get you to fly anywhere else? No, not a chance.
No, he's flying in all the immigrants.
Yeah, they'll keep them. That's the problem. Exactly. We're all running into that problem. Oh, I got another question here from Kurt and Dennis for 5 says, as a status First Nations, I would require a residence would I require a residence in the U.S. to obtain a green card through the Jay Treaty? Do you know anything about the Jay Treaty? I'm not sure. I've never heard of it.
I don't know the Jay Treaty, but I do know about the First Nation status. And America is actually very strong with that here. Apparently, from what I heard, and I could be wrong, I'll be honest. Like, so I have a good friend of mine that is one of our clients now. And honestly, I think it's a lot easier for someone that is a First Nations to get in the States with their status. I'm pretty sure that was the case that I remember, but don't take my word for it 100%. I can ask the lawyer and I'll get back to anybody, and because I'm curious about that too, to be honest with you. I mean, I've been getting quite a few people asking me about that question, and if we can help on that case, then that'd be amazing. You know,
this would be great stuff for like the frequently asked questions on the website to just like, First Nation status. Yes, we can help you, or these are the details. But yeah, get that out there.
We're revamping the website, just so you know, where we got someone that's going to like make it more proactive and able to get more insight.
User-friendly.
Exactly. You know, I'll be honest, I built this website and I don't know how to build websites. So, I mean, I did what I can to make sure that people see the information for what it is. Right.
So I got Church of Hertz with another 2 says, I have orange hair. Does that help?
100%. You're in. You're in. 100%. If you have orange hair,
then we both look good.
as long as you put the mega hat on too on top, get the hair. Game over. You're good.
Here's another skills question. Jason Clare asks, is it easy for a nurse to move to Texas?
100%. Yeah. They need nurses here, and they pay a lot more for nurses here than they do in Canada. So yes,
huge in the States. It's absolutely massive. Huge.
You'll make a killing down here.
There's nurses, surgeons. They take on those people, no problem.
Wow. Okay. Well, get on that, Jay. Sign right up. It sounds like you've got an easier path forward than many others. Like, what are some of the easy paths forward? Obviously, it would be people in the medical profession. Skills has some issue, like trades, maybe not always the easiest.
but a healthcare, like a lot of professionals out there that are, let's say you're, in healthcare, technical, like with AI or a degree with that can help businesses. Those are very sought off down here. So I mean, definitely there's a more easier path that way when you see that you have a degree in your field. I'll be honest with you. So, and they pay better, but I'll be honest, anybody that looks at Texas from up there, they, unless you come down here to see it with your own eyes and feel it, you won't know what Texas really is about. Okay, I'm telling you right now, when I was seeing videos and photos of Texas before I came down here, it looks great. It is great. Don't get me wrong, it is. But you're going to start to see things that would be like, oh, wow, this is different. Oh, wow, this is different. Oh, my God.
Mhm.
When I first saw these highways, go type it in, you can look on Google, type in Dallas highway.
The high five, the Dallas, or is it the Houston high five? It's
Oh,
That's the
incredible.
Houston one. The Dallas
Yeah.
has these roller coaster highways
Just
that are
like this.
on top of another, like this, like this, like this, and you're looking at this thing. So I'm like, holy! And
You're getting lost 85% of the time for sure.
I got lost today coming back to my house. Okay? So here's the thing about Dallas. Okay, you're gonna let's say it's telling you to go here on this road here or this road here, but in this road there's one more here, there's one more here, there's one more here, there's one more here. There's about 4 of them in the same little lane that you're supposed to. So you're not supposed to go on this lane, but you're supposed to go on this one, and then all of a sudden you miss it, and you're like, oh no! Now if you miss it, you have to make a whole different U-turn and go all the way around to come back on that street. That would take you 20 minutes. I did that twice today. So 40 minutes was like lost. Yeah.
It can happen. That's in the busy areas. Other areas that I found was they have the what do they call them? The roads that are next to the frontage roads. So if you miss a stop on the highway, you just go onto the frontage road, pull a U,
that's right, and then
go right back.
The U-turns here are huge. They make it so easy for the U-turns though. There's the way the highways here and the way the system is. It's like you get off, and then there's a U-turn lane, an actual dedicated U-turn lane.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about traffic. It just literally goes into a different lane, and now you're on the other side. And then there's a turning lane also on this side. It's like, oh, this is awesome. I mean, it's actually
the mentality of it, I think, stems from, if there's a traffic jam ever, then it costs a lot of people money because there's a lot of trucks moving, there's a lot of commerce, there's a lot of business happening in Texas.
Should take notes over here.
Right?
Toronto's traffic is unbelievable.
Any day that there's traffic, people are losing money and the economy is slowing down. So they'll do everything that they can to make those roads free so that the traffic never stops. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And there's when there's construction in Texas, I noticed it's because they're building another highway next to the highway. Correct. And they're not bothering the traffic that's currently going with that construction. It's amazing.
And they're fast here.
When the speed limit's 70 miles an hour. Oh, no.
I
thought you meant the speed of the road.
Yeah, even the speed limit. I'm going to give you a little quick one. Okay. I was going on the 121, which is one of the highways here. And I'm on the left lane. Okay. So I'm going at a good speed, but not too fast. Right beside me was a state trooper. So I thought, okay, oh my God, I got caught. Are you kidding me? This guy was doing 90 and it's a 70 and he's just smoking. And I thought he was going up to catch someone else after. I see every other car following the state trooper. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I might as well go freaking 92, right? But the speed limit's 70. Let me tell you something. In Texas, speed is just a suggestion. That's all it is. It's a suggestion. You can go the speed limit, but nobody does.
Nobody does. Why would you? Why bother?
Nobody does. So, yeah.
Okay, I got another one from Studio 778 for $6.99. Says, "What about a vet? Like a veteran? Is that a vet or a veterinarian? Veteran, I'm guessing. Doing my survey training, tech training, might already be qual for 01. Have 2 businesses and have 2 full citizenships. Thoughts?"
So, okay, If you have two businesses, number one, what's the length of time they've been open? Have there been proper filings of income tax? You know, have there been employees employed in those businesses? Full citizenships, perfect. So there's certain questions, like with the questions that I just asked, those are pretty much very important in order to kind of vet the situation. But please feel free to reach out to us. This way we can go over your questions and we can certainly help you and you know, guide you properly in order to make the right decision.
Honestly, from what I see, like as a veterinarian, one thing I noticed out here, especially in Texas, they love their pets. And I see a lot of veterinarians around here. It's unbelievable. I've never seen that many before, right? So, I mean, it does seem like over here there is a very big need for it. So,
No, guys,
this one,
I don't think a veterinarian. What about a veteran?
Yeah, I'm confused. Which is it? Is it a veteran or a veterinarian?
It's a veteran. What about a vet doing my survey tech training?
Oh my God. Okay. So sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just trying to figure this out.
Yeah,
It's
it
also
would be the same questions that, regardless, whether you're a veterinarian, veteran.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you are a veteran,
thank you.
But yeah, it's the same questions. Please feel
I'm gonna ask this question to the lawyer. I'm actually very curious about this because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of veterans up there that are going to be needing to get out of there. So I'm really want to know if this is going to be, you know, possible. So
well, having two businesses and two full citizenships, that seems like just based on the conversation tonight already, that's very promising.
But the only thing is, once again, if I can open up a business for tax purposes, right, and not really run anything through it, so maybe one business is good and the other one's there to take the downfall. Like, everybody's trying to look for that loophole, and believe me, I totally understand. No one wants to pay the government, but at the end of the day, like, if it is a proper business, you have certain employees, and you can run that business in the States, or you can transition that type of business in the States, and then both of them can do business together. Easy peasy.
Loretta Jones asks, how could you be taxed by Canada when you are no longer there?
Great question, Loretta. So the CRA and the IRS has a joint treaty where they can collect it on your behalf, but the steps involved are very vigorous and time consuming.
They don't really do anything.
And yeah.
No, like if you owe taxes, let's say, and you're in the States and you're here already, I'll be honest, you can just give a straight up F you to them, and they can't do nothing to you. Like where's that money going to go to?
Really feel, Sandro.
Like, we're, you know, just thinking about them, it makes me sick, because the money that you give to these people, it just, you know, they're going to bring it to another country and not keep it in the country. That's the one thing that pisses me off. Instead of keeping it in Canada, investing it in Canadians and helping Canadians, no, let's just take your money and just throw it to another country for the most ridiculous stuff. And it's a, you know what? It's criminal. It's just criminal what they're doing, and it's disgusting. And unfortunately, Canadians don't fight for that. Like, they can't fight because the government's put so many like stone walls behind them. If you fight, your bank accounts will be freaking frozen, for God's sakes. Like, come on, you know, it's disgusting. So
that's very true. In my experience, so I lived in Japan for 3 years, and Canada does not have a global tax on its citizens. If you're not earning money in Canada, you're not paying taxes in Canada. So
that's right. That's right.
And I was young, so the time that I was there, I didn't have any businesses going at the time in Canada or Japan. But when I came back, I had to file taxes for those years that I was not there, and I just put zeros across the board and I handed it in. I said, do with that what you want. Don't ever come back to me and tell me that I didn't file. That was
They're going to charge you some ridiculous fee, and I'm like, That'd be hilarious.
No, they charged me nothing.
Nothing?
They just said, well, where were you? I think at one point they wanted proof that they wanted stamps. They wanted to see the stamps on my passport.
You should have put a Hello Kitty stamp on it and say, look, I was here at Hello Kitty Land.
I have kids, so I have been to Hello Kitty Land.
There you go. There you go. Right? If they want to see proof, there's your proof right there.
Yep.
Oh, that's hilarious. Got a question here. How can a retired person apply for dual citizenship? We went over that earlier. It doesn't really look like that's a eligibility, right? So that's not really.
They're probably better off doing the 8 and 4, doing the eight months in the States and then coming back for the summers in Canada, which realistically we have good weather, but that's about it. All we have good in the summer. Yeah, that's it.
Got don't you need a H-1B visa to work for a union? Question mark.
For H-1B for no, that's not necessarily no.
No, that's not necessary.
No, it's not true. Again, to work for a union on here, it depends. Like, let's say you're part of the UA up there, right? The best possible way is that if you get a travel card and you transfer down to the union down here, you could do that. Now, the only thing is you have to find a company that's able to sponsor you, but that's very difficult. That's something that you have to do your due diligence on finding a company that's able to take you, because they're basically going to take Americans first over you.
Right.
That's pretty much what it is.
America supports America first, no matter what.
That's great. I'm glad they do. That's the reason why we want to be there.
That's why Canada's falling, because they didn't get Canadians first, right? So.
Yeah. Exactly. What do we got here? Nothing for day traders, correct? Enjoy your 8 months, then kick rocks. I don't know. Is that
so? Day traders, you can open up a business out there because it's day trading, and you can run your income through that business in the States.
Mm-hmm.
And then this way you can build credit. We can situate you in that aspect. But you can kick the rocks on the beach at that point, right? Because you'll be able to get down there. We'll find you the loophole, and no more kicking rocks in Canada.
You're not kicking rocks; you're kicking sand.
Yeah.
Jaden Cruz asked, do you have to carry your papers around with you?
No. I mean, so when I first started,
1930s Germany, but
no. I mean, when I was first getting around and I didn't have my Texas license or my social, I did bring my passport to get things done, right? I mean, you need your passport if you're coming down here, you need your passport to open up a bank account, to do a lot of things. Actually, you need your passport. Once you get your license and your social, keep your passport at home so you don't lose it at that point. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the last thing you want to lose. That would be crazy. Albertan first says Albertan can't wait for independence referendum. Meanwhile, planning to leave Kanakistan just in case. So you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Make sure you got an exit plan if things don't work out for you.
Definitely, we could say.
I mean, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon in the independence. I wish it does, but don't hold your breath. Like, if you're going to hold your breath, it'll probably be 5 years from now. Who knows? But do you want to stay there for 5 more years? I mean, just to find out? And no, I don't think so. I mean, no, definitely not.
Well, I've been following this story very closely, and it looks like a referendum is.
I hope so.
Happen
I hope so.
Next year.
I hope so. I mean, you do know this is the way it looks, though. Do you understand? If Alberta leaves Canada, that's game over. That's like taking the entire plug out of the whole system. Without Alberta,
you ask me if you want my honest opinion, and this is just my opinion. So please, whoever's watching, please don't, jump down my throat.
This is an opinion channel, so you don't have to worry.
Yeah.
I don't think Alberta's going nowhere.
Oh, really? You think that's the case?
Guys, come on. How are you going to pull out one of the provinces out of Canada?
I mean, there's ways, maybe. I don't know. I mean, they got to figure out if they do pull out Canada. Basically, I think. Sorry, if Alberta pulls out, I think what's going to happen, in my personal view, is
And every other
Trump will no, but Trump will recognize Alberta as like a Puerto Rico. You know how Puerto Rico is part of the states, but not considered
territory. Yeah,
exactly, and they will have them in their territory as that, but they can't vote. There's certain restrictions.
I do not see it. I do not see it. There's too many speed bumps. There's too much political nonsense behind scenes that we'll never see.
Well, yeah, the government needs them. If the government doesn't need them, then
we cannot let Alberta go. We cannot let any province go.
I mean, you can get rid of Quebec. I mean, what the hell's the point of Quebec?
Against our government and the political views and that nonsense. I can't see it happen.
Quebec
I love these discussions because this is where whiskey bottles change hands when we have discussions.
Alberta's not going nowhere.
No. It's usually it goes with a bet. It's like, okay, well, I think it's gonna happen. A bottle of whiskey says it does, or
I just think Quebec is one province that they can do.
You guys want? I'll take that whiskey bet any day of the week.
Yeah, but it has to be good whiskey.
I'm all about the 51st state. I'm all about getting rid of our government because they make no sense and it's just a bunch of bullshit. 63 billion in deficit already, not even one fiscal year. The economy's crashing. He just said that he's going to bring anywhere from, upwards of $1 trillion to the States and 86,000 Canadian jobs. You're sending money everywhere else except for fixing the root of economy. Canada.
That's right.
So how he's tanking our economy. He's doing exactly what he did to the UK and what he's done to Vancouver. Financially, originally when he was getting quote unquote elected, he didn't get elected. He just got put in there. Oh, he has no conflict of interest. He has no business conflict of interest in Canada. Excuse my language, but the fucker had 106 businesses.
Yeah.
That's not a conflict of it. You should be in jail now for doing that.
But hey,
small houses, those small houses in that he wants to introduce in Canada.
Yeah.
His company owns the rights to them. Brookfield. Guys, do the research.
My channel is all about that. This is what we talk about.
For sure. And I understand. And it pisses me off. And excuse me because I'm getting a little bit heated. The problem is our government doesn't give a shit about Canadians.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. They just act. You know what they are? They're like Kamala Harris.
Months out of the year.
Word salad.
Sandra, I apologize for talking over you. You work 12 months out of the year. It's like you're working 7 months for free.
Yep.
More taxes.
Have you heard of Tax Freedom Day? Have you ever heard of that?
No. I do that every year.
Yeah. So the Fraser Institute, they started this a long time ago. They're a think tank out of Vancouver. They're a free market think tank. And they started what's called Tax Freedom Day. And it's basically all the taxes you're going to pay for the year. You've worked until this day of the year, and then you're free of your taxes.
Exactly.
And it used to be, it used to be in June. And I think it's like, it's at the end of August now. It's like into September. Like it's getting later and later before you get to take a penny home from all the day's work that you've been doing. It's crazy.
No one realizes it. Yeah, you get 40% off your check. Gas, hydro, electrical,
everything.
Literally everything.
Yep.
So it's not 40%, it's 65, 70%.
Yeah, it's hidden taxes everywhere. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then, I mean, we could talk about that all night long.
That's why
Jaden Cruz, Canada's firearms license recognized in the U.S. It doesn't. You don't need it in the United States. That's the interesting part about it. What I do know is you have to have ID in your jurisdiction that you live in to be able to purchase. And then there's criminal background checks on every firearm purchase. That's the Brady law, unless you're buying it private sale. That depends on your state laws. I know in Florida, Texas, I believe Arizona,
The red states.
they're all constitutional carry states, so you don't need a special license to conceal carry.
Well,
but then
open
you
carry.
can also conceal carry.
Conceal carry, you need a license for that. It's
not as of 2021 in Texas, 2021.
So I've actually now able to get my firearms over here now. So they have proof of residency you need, and just to get you need to get a hunting license. It's a joke, really. It's like $30, and then once you get that, to do the background check, which takes like 24 hours, and then you're off to the races. But
it might be different for a citizen, because as a citizen, I do not need. The only thing I need in Texas is a Texas driver's license to buy a pistol.
That's different. Yeah. See, for me, it's different. I need to put more into it. But when I do end up getting it, which is going to be very soon, and I can't wait, is that there's a little bit more protocols. People understand you can't just come up the streets and go buy a gun here like
No.
that. You can't. There are a lot of things in place to secure. Now over here, everyone thinks, oh, it's open carry, so you see everybody with a gun outside. You do see the odd ones, but majority of people, I'll be honest, they're just in the car. So funny story, a cop stopped me for some stupid little thing, but he was joking around anyways. It was cool. He goes, in Texas, we recommend 2 in the car, 1 or 2 in the car, couple at the house, and on your person at all times. And I'm like, all times? He's like, yeah. That's recommended here. I mean, the whole reason why people don't screw around here or do anything stupid to you is because they know everybody's carrying. That's what makes it safe. You'd be suicidal to take out your gun and do this, because everybody around you, even the school grandmother that's there, has a gun. For God's sake,
ice you.
She's gonna put you down.
Imagine that. That's what's written on your tombstone.
I got taken out by a
ice by Granny.
Can you imagine?
And she's pulling out a freaking a 12 gauge slug. That's huge.
Yeah, a shotgun out of her knee-high sock.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's too funny. No. So incidentally, I did a video that did really well on the channel when I was in Waco. I went to Republic Gun Club, which is a great place. If you're ever in Waco, go to Republic. Fantastic. You can shoot the 50 cal. They have a 50 cal
I remember
with an indoor range that you can shoot. Awesome. So much fun.
Bro, a 50 cal, the amount of force that pushes you back and how loud that thing is, it's like,
surprisingly light recoil.
Is it really?
Yeah.
From what I saw.
So the breech, there's a, what do you call it? A muzzle brake on it that has like really good vents. So when you fire it, it's pushing the rifle forward enough that it doesn't nail you.
It doesn't have much.
Hard. Surprisingly low, not no recoil, but surprisingly low recoil.
Oh, I want to shoot one of them so bad.
You know what?
It's an hour and a half from you. Just go shoot it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You probably got a gun range behind your backyard or something.
I do. I have one that's like literally like about 10 minutes away from me. And it's brand new. I'm gonna go, of course. I have a couple of my neighbors over here. The one thing about Texans is golf and shooting. Those are the hobbies here: guns and and golf.
I want to tell you a quick story.
The driving ranges are fun. But before you get to that, the video that I did, I went to the gun range or the gun club, and the manager there, lovely lady, she took me on a tour of the place, and I asked a bunch of questions that were common misconceptions about gun rules in America for a Canadian audience to pay attention to. Believe it or not, broke into the US algorithm and more Americans watched it than Canadians, but it really was an eye-opener of like, no, you don't just get away with everything. Like there are rules. And there's strict rules. You got to abide by them. But because of that, everyone respects it, and everybody's a law-abiding firearms owner, and that's it. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
The one gun I want to get so bad, and I can't wait to get it, is a 1911 45 ACP. And those rounds are huge, first of all. And honestly, I just, it looks badass, like like pure badass.
My favorite.
Like,
yeah. GI 1911, the classic.
Oh man, and I want one with a blue handle and the barrel just coming in. Okay.
Get it. I would never carry that gun though. I love the gun, but
because you're talking about the 45 caliber, and I'm just kind of going back to that story. I was in Florida maybe a month ago, since I'm there every month, but my girlfriend decided, hey, let's go to the gun club. I'm like, shit, why didn't I think about that? But absolutely, we go in there, we sign the forms, blah blah blah, and then you get to this wall, and there's about 150, 200 different guns. I'm like, well, I don't want no Desert Eagle because I'm not screwing around with that thing inside a place. You know what I mean? Maybe from outside shooting. I'm thinking of the echoes already. Like, I'm taking everything into consideration here.
Oh
yeah. So I'm legally licensed in Canada. I have firearms. I'm part of a gun club, whatever. And I have 45s, I have 40s, I have 9mm, I have shotguns, I have rifles. So I'm like, you know what? I haven't shot a 45 in a long time. So I actually got one, Heckler and Koch 45. So my girlfriend's like, what should I shoot? I'm like, at least a 9mm, something with a little bit of pep. It's what the cops carry, right? So
a Glock.
Yeah, that's exactly what she shot, a Glock.
Yeah.
And well, she actually didn't shoot it. Hey, we walk through the one door. There's about 20 stalls on this side. Then you walk through another door, and then there's 8 stalls. So I'm like, where the hell are they taking us? Because we never shot here before, right? So I'm holding the case with the guns. I got two boxes of rounds, 50 for the 9, 50 for the 45. I have my earphones here.
Oh my
God. Here, right? Because I have my hat on, and I'm wearing my glasses.
Yeah.
Walking through the room, and I just feel this vibration. Boom. 2 seconds. Boom. My girlfriend looks at me. She goes, "Is there a tank down there? What's going on in here?" Right? I go, "Put on your thing. Like, it's loud, right?" But I never felt Sandra. It was mind blowing. My girlfriend couldn't take that she had to leave the range. She didn't even shoot off one bullet.
No, that's because it's scary, man.
Nick was on. So my buddy Nick and his wife were there. His wife left. It was me and Nick. We were shooting 2 guns each now.
Yeah.
It was a 5'0" girl shooting that gun. I don't know what it was. that area where the 6 to 8 cubicles were.
Yeah.
It was in your like your body just shook. I was like, what the? It was I'm telling you, she was maybe 5 pounds. She'd put it down, walk back. She'd go like this.
Yeah.
Oh, was it a rifle?
No, it wasn't. It was a handgun.
Oh, it was a handgun.
It was a 44 Magnum, 14.
Oh, okay.
It was a dirty.
What?
Yeah, she was going between that and a Desert Eagle.
And she stood her ground. That thing would push her back like
the one in the booth. The inspector stood behind her the whole time, like, because he was watching the 6 to 8 booths, so he'd walk back. He went to her and literally just stood like this at the back and just watched. I would be lying if I told you she weighed more than 100 pounds. And
that's really funny.
I was like, what is going on here? I need to know her. She's gonna kill somebody for me. I don't know. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was blown away, literally. You know,
indoor ranges are not the place to be taking stuff like that when other people are just trying to pop off a couple of rounds. I've been to a range where a guy had his SBR out and he's just blah blahing. SBRs, if you don't know, a lot of the powder comes out of the muzzle unburnt, and then it just makes a big air blast out the front. So it's almost like shooting a deagle. It's just kerpow, and you just feeling the blast at you.
I want to shoot fire's breath. That's what I want to shoot.
Oh, the Dragon's Breath. The
Dragon's Breath. Sorry, Dragon's Breath. Yeah, I want to shoot that.
So we could talk guns all night. I seriously, I'll end up talking guns. I'll talk your heads off about that stuff. But let's get on with this. Curtin Dennis for 2 said, my wife and I have a meeting booked for Monday, which is great. If you haven't yet, make sure you get over to the website. I'm encouraging everybody, and I'm going to be mentioning this a bunch over the next while, because get on over there. A lot of people have been asking me, where can I get information about moving to the US? Where can I find? This is a one-stop shop. This is where you go, become part of the community, because in the future as well, again, there's going to be way better ways of getting in touch with each other once you've left Canada. Maybe you want to get in touch with some Canadians that are part of the network, and we'll end up chit-chatting, maybe meeting up for beers and stuff like that. Make this a normal everyday occurrence. Uncle Clumsy, I love the name, for 5 says, as someone looking to retain to be a welder, since they don't care about Canadian creds in the US, should I just wait to train there if I make it?
No, listen. I mean, I know what you're trying to say, but how long have you been welding up there and learn? Because I'll be honest, the Canadian way up there to learn welding is a lot more stricter and a lot more efficient. I mean, you become a better welder up there and then come down here, you'll kill it. I'll be honest with you, because I'm not trying to knock American welders here, but I'm blowing the doors out of these people. I'm not even joking. Like,
I'm telling your boss you said that.
Yeah, okay. So no, I'm blowing their doors away. Our standards up there is extremely high. So you have to learn up there, and then once you're ready, come down here, and you'll be on top of your game. I can guarantee you that.
Would it make sense for someone like that to start a business right away, even while they're training? Like, get a business going, start doing side jobs, side this.
No, because if you're becoming a rig welder down here and you're trying to learn as you're welding and you don't know how to weld proper,
no. I'm saying while they're doing their training in Canada, get a business license, get that going so that they already have a history.
Yeah, like if you want to start that way, I mean, there are other ways of doing it. If you have the means for like the funds and you get like a truck and a welding machine, you can sub that out. And if you get a qualified welder down here to, use the equipment, and then you just make points off the business, you could essentially do that in the meantime. That's another way to do it, right? Like, you're basically, offering your company it's there, but you're hiring on. And that's actually proactive in the States. That's actually very good. They want that. So
yeah, different ways of doing it, different avenues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would agree with the training. I worked at a dealership for a while, and I'm not going to mention which company, but it was they all do this. They all send their technicians to training. And in Canada, because they're American corporations, you still have to go to their training regiment and get certified in the same way. But when you go to their training regiment, the Canadian instructors are laughing at the technicians the whole way along, because they're like, I know you know this, but people aren't we have to send you. People are not certified. A lot of people are not certified in the US, so they don't know these things. So we're just gonna hang out for the day, and all this is all stuff you already know.
That's right.
That kind of thing. So it's the businesses being proactive to make sure that they have guys being trained, but then it's just like a legacy thing when it comes to Canada. So if only you can get certs, though, that would be the nice thing, and transferable. Christian asked for 5, says, I'm a remote worker in Quebec. Could I do the process to become a US citizen in Texas and Austin? All I need is internet, and I'm good to go.
Okay, so here's the thing: you don't have to. You won't become a U.S. citizen that way. Like I said, we basically stated the visas and process and how you're able to do that. But here's the thing. If you're able to make money with an internet and computer, come on down. On a visitor visa, you can do remote work. If you're doing remote work and you're making money and you're able to like live, then you're good to go. And we can help you get like rental in the meantime. Or if you want to buy a property, I mean, if you have the funds for that, then guaranteed. But you can do remote
down there,
right? So don't look at the fact that you need U.S. citizenship in order to be here. I mean, again, you don't have to have the citizenship. You can go through the process, and we can talk to you about what your status is at right now, where you're at, and what we can do for you.
It's as long as you're able to sustain your life.
Correct.
There
Correct. I mean,
with an
like,
income
again,
that's coming from somewhere else.
You're not going to come all the way from Quebec down here and not able to, support yourself. Obviously, right? You said you need internet, you're good to go. Then that means you have a remote job and you're able to make money, which is fantastic. So there's ways around that where we can actually help you if you have a big business already and it's got quite a money coming in. Then you're going to go on one route of the visa, and that will help you get to that citizenship faster.
Absolutely.
So that's a great thing for people like YouTubers and stuff like that. People who are working online. You don't really fall under a particular jurisdiction, I suppose. If your business is located in,
and there's
Quebec,
always VPNs for that, just so you know.
That's true. That's true. You can trick YouTube into thinking you're in Texas at the moment, and if you wanted. But you need to be able to support that. Well, this is amazing. I want to thank you guys for coming today and lending your time to this. We went a little bit over, but yeah, fantastic. I'll have you back on to talk about guns anytime you like.
Yeah, listen, we're always available anytime. We can literally chat about everything from finance
100%
to life outside of Canada, like we've done today, and kind of even dig more into certain things and set up bigger meetings with different clients and just getting some consultations going, seeing how people take it for what it is, what the next steps are, and we can take it from there.
Okay, perfect. Well, we got one last super chat at the end just before we get off. I want you guys to stick around on the phone here though, but we're going to be saying goodbye to the audience in just a second. Kurt and Denise adding another one for 5, saying 15 years oil field industrial electrician. Is there a high demand for us in Texas? P.S. Clyde, it's Denise. Sorry, Kurt and Denise. My bad.
Denise. Yes, very much actually. Down here, man, I'm telling you, oil fields. Like, okay, so like you got Dallas, and Dallas doesn't have the oil fields here. The major oil fields, which is like there's an abundance of them, is West Texas. Okay, like Odessa area and all that. But there's tons of money to be made out there. Tons of work. Like I can't even like explain how big that is here. Oil is their bread and butter here. It's huge. So we can definitely help you on in that case too. I'll be honest with you. I mean, if you're 15 years of oil field industrial electrician, then you're going to be very, very well off down here in Texas. That's for sure.
That's perfect. Well, that's a great note. That's a great note to go out on. So I want to thank you guys for coming out again. For everybody who maybe is just checking in just now.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
I appreciate this.
The website is The Bridge. Go check it out. Cross-border consulting and relocation. If you are thinking about it, well, think a little harder, because it is a great opportunity for everybody to change the situation that you're in. Perhaps you want to stick around in Canada. Perhaps you want to wait a couple more decades until growth starts occurring. Perhaps you don't have the time to wait for that, and you want to get moving on with your life and with your family's lives. And this is a great opportunity for a lot of people. So again, website link in the description. Go check it out, and we'll see you guys very soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thanks again. Really appreciate it.